Hello and welcome back to my walkthrough to Crash Bandicoot 2 here on the Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy. In the last episode we completed almost everything in Warp Room 3 and got the final gem in Warp Room 2. In this episode we're hopefully going to get everything here in Warp Room 4 and also finish off Warp Room 3 and the secret Warp Room as well, so lots of things for us to do. We're going to start off by doing Ruination because it's the one level of these four that, I feel actually quite nice doing early, whereas all of the others are demonstrably harder. I would say, personally, in my opinion. So, this is the route where we find the green gem platform. Essentially, this takes a lot of sort of homage from like a Road to Ruin, but essentially just makes it far meaner. So for example there you see a little sort of a box pattern that we saw in Road to Ruin. So 4 boxes with 1 box hiding behind them. But in this case, rather than that box being something you can break, it is obviously it's a nitro box. And we see a lot of this sort of pattern with nitro boxes replacing things that were previously quite nice. And we'll see that in the next section where if we hit the... as we can get an Accu there. There's a reason the Accu is there, and that's because this bit is really mean. If you hit that exclamation point box, all of those turn into nitros. Which is really mean, I'm going to be... like, how else are you meant to deal with that, you know? You're just sort of going along and then they just get turned into nitros. Okay, so this is going to be another section of logs. We can spin that one away. We can spin that one away. Kill him. I wonder if we could go backwards through this route. Because there is a gem, obviously, at the end of this path, and normally we would death abuse. I suppose those monkey heads there would make it harder. Man, that was not clever. Good. Kill him. Lovely. Okay, so now jump to here. I think there's a second Accu down this route if I'm... yes, there is, thank goodness. Okay. So this time you've obviously got to jump off the shaking platform at the start. You. Goodbye. And then we get to here, and this is our gem. We're now death abuse because I can't be bothered to try and see if we can go backwards through that path. From the looks of it, you probably could because I saw the thing did respawn. So we learned from Road to Ruin that the hitboxes of those fire things are actually pretty large, so we just need to be pretty careful with those. Okay, we get across, and now we can do the bonus here. So yeah, the aim here is, along with obviously trying to just complete the level and stuff, I would love to come out of here with an Accu or 2. If we can do that, that would be great for the next few levels. So this level is all, this bonus is sort of a big introduction to the high jump. You use it all over the place, not only in like there obviously, but also in the next section where we use the high jump to essentially reach the top of some tall towers. So we can duck jump up to here, and then you can just going to jump just in case, but you never, I don't know if we're in danger there. So, oh, there's a box bridge. I forgot about the box bridge here. Yeah, so you'd be in a little bit of trouble if there. I think a slide spin jump would actually get you that high, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so that made far more sense than trying to do all the risky jumps in between. Beautiful, beautiful. So we do get a life from that, just with the number of Wumpa Fruit that we actually had. Which is nice, which takes us to 75. We'll be at 76 by the time the Wumpa Fruit finishes. Good crack, shivering in the cold. I love the little touches like that, you know. Obviously, that was in the original game. The shivering, that is. You know, Crash had I think one of the big, you know, draws about Crash is that he has such a wide variety of sort of emotions. You know, he shows if he's cold. He's a very, you know, emotive character. I don't think I'm fast enough. Ooh, just very happy. Get over you. Blow up the nitro, so the TNT. Does it blow up the lizard? Nope, the lizard gets away with it. Not this time, though. Lovely, get a nice life. Onto here. These platforms are always a pain, because you're just like constantly just having to make small adjustments. So, here where the... Damn. Did I get a checkpoint on? I did get a checkpoint, okay. I'm annoyed with that. And the lizard dies this time. So yeah, no, yeah, these rotating platforms have always been a little bit of a pain. That means I'm only get one Aku, aren't I? That's a bit of a pain. I keep saying a pain. Anyway, so yeah, they've sort of, you know, become far more annoying than they were in Road to Ruin, at least. We only had a brief introduction to them in Road to Ruin. This is where the gem path would drop us off, just there. And now we can grab our crystal and hopefully not screw up that jump. Lovely. That's a very random checkpoint, I always think, because it's really near the end of the level. I'm pretty sure we only have this one log guy to defeat. This is your introduction. Like this, if you don't do the bonus routes, this is actually the first and only guy log thrower that you actually would have to deal with. Okay, so that is that. That gives us a lovely gem to work with. We get 2 gems, 1 crystal. Ruination is done. That wasn't too bad at all. And I think this time we'll go for probably Diggin it. Like Diggin it isn't too bad, I don't think. You can get a little bit screwed by the plants in that level. Hopefully we won't like lose our Aku or anything. It'd be lovely to keep it, as always. So that's Ruination. We'll now go over here to level 17, and that is Diggin it. Diggin is really interesting. This and Behaving are sort of 2 levels, you know, that share a similar theme, much like, you know, Turtle Woods and the Pits, much like Snow Go, Snow Biz, and eventually Cold Hard Crash. These 2 levels sort of have the same sort of jungle theme, but essentially they share a lot of the same enemies. We see these plants that love to throw sort of, or spit these bombs at you, and they're absolute dicks, frankly. And then you also have these sort of totem enemies that will essentially move towards you. If you touch them, you obviously get hurt. We see the mines from the chase levels once more. But again, they don't actually damage you, as in you don't lose an Aku even if you get hit by one of those mines. Oh, we're gonna get invincibility, lovely. We see some electrical gates. So the sort of, I guess it's almost like a continuation of Crash Crush, I guess. It looks quite similar to that level, and maybe unbearable. But what this really, the main thing that you'll remember about this level, if you've ever played it, are the bees. Because the bees are very, very annoying and scary. But first we have the bonus. I forget that the bees take forever to actually appear. So we will... And what's pretty cool is there's actually a little there are some secret lives that we can try and get in this bonus. They're pretty difficult to hit, that you can see they're just up there, and essentially the way you do it is you get the perfect jump off here to then bounce off the two crates at the top above the TNTs. But it requires a very, very fine jump. We'll see if we can't quite get there. Not quite. I think you can go. There may well be a way that you can sort of use a slide spin jump to use it. When I talk about slide spin jump, essentially when you... Yeah, so if you spin just after doing a slide jump, you can get an even longer jump and an even higher jump, which is quite cool. I don't know why I spam there, I'll be honest. I'm an idiot, actually. Because I meant that we lost Naku in the bonus, which is really not particularly clever, but there we go. We complete that, and now we can head down. So, Diggin it. The reason it's really annoying is because it has this, a death route, and a split path, and there are boxes down both, not just these nitros, unfortunately, which means that we have to go through it forwards and backwards. And there are bees. So the bees not only provide us with a new enemy, so this is a bee, oddly enough. They generally won't chase you past a jump, so once you do a jump, as in a hole, they won't chase you beyond the next hole, most of the time. That one is a different one. So you can see, you can kill the bees, thankfully. Otherwise this level would be a hell of a lot worse. So we got the checkpoint, which is nice. I'm just trying to remember if there are any more boxes. There may not be any more boxes, but there's definitely a gem. Oh, you're kidding me. I did not get hit there. Okay, so now we've got to go backwards through the level. I'm pretty sure we're safe up to... So there's the checkpoint. So we should be able to go backwards from the checkpoint, I'd like to think. Get across here, spin the bee. Oh, man. I'm pretty ooh. I should have checked how many boxes we had. I'm pretty sure there was just... Yeah, I'm actually more leaning towards positive for that. So we get across, we spin the bee, we jump across again, we spin the bee. Lovely. Ah. Okay, so I hit circles. I hit X circle instead of the other way around because I meant to do a slide jump there because that gap is larger than you can actually jump, I think. Was there another bee? Oh, maybe not to. Maybe to here there are bees. Yes, there were. Lovely. So we get through the bees. Lovely. Make the jumps. Lovely. And now we've just got to get by the nitros again. And there we go. And now we can jump back on the death route platform and join the main path. And pray for a checkpoint. The bees seem to move really fast. Jesus. Yes, they move very, very fast. I'm just going to wait because if you hit those mines, you will get hit by the bee and then, you're dead, pretty much. Okay, so here, we're going to dash through the gate. And then spin the bee. And get to here. And get through there. And hit the checkpoint. There we go. Digging it is almost done, thankfully. That's the difficult bit. We've done everything we need. Hopefully I haven't missed if I've missed a crate, then I'm an idiot. So now we see the burrowing aspect of the level. This purple ground is, I'm assuming it's mud. And essentially you can burrow through it and it protects you from the plants, the bombs, and the bees, most importantly. What it doesn't protect you from are, I think it mentioned it in the sort of the start of you know, the intro to the level. It doesn't protect you from mallets. And we'll be able to see what one of those is later. So thankfully, because you sort of spin to get in the mud, you actually do like damage to nearby enemies if you spin, which is good. Only one death on the behaving, having to go backwards and forwards. That's really nice. We'll probably die again now. Almost did there. That was a bit. Nice. So yeah, so those guys are the mallets. If you're in the ground and they manage to land their mallet on top of you, you will die. So don't let them do it. And if you're wondering why the bees don't look like much of a threat at the moment, they are. It's just the fact that as we do get 95, thank God. If you're wondering why we're going backwards, there's a reason. I will show later. But first of all, I want to get stung by a bee, because I'm pretty sure there's a trophy for doing so. Because there's a unique death animation for it. Because Crash will get stung, and then sort of everything will bulge. Yeah, so there is a trophy for that. Lovely. If you're wondering why are we back here, oh, that was a dead-eye throw from that plant, I must say. So the reason we're here is because there is a secret exit to this level if you can belly flop that plant. And as you can see, I'm terrible at this. So belly flop the plant, there we go, we get the secret exit, lovely. And that will be another trophy for finding the secret exit in Diggin. The Flora flop is the name of the trophy. Lovely. And that will give us access to... I think that gives us access to the secret entrance to Road to Ruin. Yes, it does. Okay. Cool. So we're going to be able to show off our gem... our crystal and 2 gems for Diggin. Lovely. And we're going to get a cutscene as well.
Cortex has almost completed the new space station. Something's not right with his statements. Beware the tricks he's got.
Okay, so we head back into Road to Ruin. And so what we're going to do is we're going to appear in essentially that area right at the start of Road to Ruin that we couldn't get access to. That is now here. And there are so many boxes. I'm pretty sure, because this is a Ruin level... Look at that. Isn't that mean, just to stick a little TNT in there in this sort of giant pile of, you know, crates that you just want to spin because you're Crash Bandicoot, and what does Crash Bandicoot do best but spin crates? So there we go, we already have 32 of the boxes. We need to jump over to there, need to be quick. Through there, lovely, and now we are bang at the start of Road to Ruin. And like I mentioned, this is the little pattern that we saw in Ruination that they decided to, you know, change for the worse in terms of from our perspective. So we can now get the box gem, thank goodness for that. Jesus, come on. This is easy. Why are you playing? I'm playing really cautious. I'm pretty sure we don't... Yeah, we almost certainly do not need to go down the death route. And by almost certainly, I mean there's no way we can need to go down the death route. If we need to go down the death route, I'm going to look like such an idiot, but I'm almost... Oh, I'm sure I span him. Anyway. I didn't mean to spin. I meant I'm sure I used the slide on him, but there we go. No second Aku? There is a second Aku. Lovely. Nice. Checkpoint. Love it. Love it. Love it. Kill the... Hit the rat into the boxes, way off into the distance, and now we can hopefully make our way through. We only have, what, 19 boxes left, and 13 of them are in here. And there was, what, at least four nitros in that, that wall of nitros that tried to stop us on the, at the start of the bonus. So that'll be some of them. There we go, lovely. So that takes us to 83 of 89. This has gone pretty well, actually. This whole episode has gone really nicely so far. Very happy. It could all go very wrong because we've still got stuff like behaving, and behaving is a difficult level. So we'll wait for the monkey to return and then kill him. Does it kill the lizard? It does not kill the lizard. Hit that. That's there's only 3 actually in that little wall there. But there we go. Kill the monkey. Get our gem. Lovely. Road to Ruin is now done, and that takes us to Warp Room 3's completion, and that gives us, one more gem to the collection. And one more secret exit to the collection as well, because I believe the secret exits will also count towards the 100% completion. Or in this game, it may well also be 102% because of the gems. The relics and stuff. Okay, so Ruination is done. Diggin it is done. We have 1 Aku. Let's do Hangin out. So this is the second level in this. So this is the second level that has a secret exit. I really don't like this. I don't like this level. I don't know. There's just something about it that I don't like. Maybe it's the entrance. Maybe it's just because that looks really ominous. Unless, you kill them all in one super spin. So, in this section, we're going to actually get those little cleaner robot things that sort of, usually you see them, moving side to side or moving around in a circle in pairs. Jesus, I'm sure I jumped over that, but guess that's why we have an Aku. They obviously come charging towards you, as you saw. So the level's called Hangin Out. Naturally, that means we're going to do a lot of the sort of, hanging on the monkey bars. So obviously you just got to, wait for your moments to sort of slide in front of these guys. It's going to be interesting to see how you do this fast. Does he actually get to there? No, he doesn't. Okay. Go, 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 go. Lovely. Aku, love it, because I hate this section. I hate these jumps. Never feel like they're actually possible. Blow everything up. Lovely. Lovely. Really good, really good. Okay. Obviously, this is the only level of this warp room that only has the 1 gem, which is quite interesting. But it makes up for that in having a secret exit, like I mentioned. So we can go across, and then we'll chase after this one. Don't catch me. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so make that jump. Nice, nice. Not making any silly mistakes. So we drop down, and there's an important checkpoint here. This is the checkpoint that will actually essentially will return to. Although actually there is actually the bonus, which also acts as a checkpoint in this version of the game. So that's also worth noting. But anyway, essentially, if we actually head backwards from where we were, we'd actually hit the secret exit. As it is, we have this bonus to contend with first. Which does not look particularly kind, I'll be honest. Oh. Well, I messed that jump up. And I think maybe if I'd done a spin jump, maybe we could have done it, but yeah. Thankfully, having killed those rats, they don't come back. That's a good sign. I do not like the nitros in this game. I don't like the way they bounce. They scare me. Whoops. Jesus. Okay, I just slightly dropped off the edge of that for some reason. Ah, gee, why is it the bonuses that are currently giving me trouble? Nope. Again, I'm just sliding off the edge. I'm too scared to sort of be right next to that nitro. Come on. No, I didn't get any forward momentum there at all. Why did it only blow up the first half of those nitros, I wonder? But well, apologies for the incompetence, I guess. Yeah, we'll actually try and get this right this time. Well, not that I haven't been trying to get it right the previous times, but you know what I mean. Good, that's better. Four, five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, go. Yes, done. Better, better, better. Okay, so now we just need to get through the rest of the level, which is easier said than done. Can I please just not be so scared about all of these enemies? There we go, we can definitely take those guys out. Lovely, nitro's down, that's 93 of 93, so now we just need to get to the end. Nope. Yeah. Ah, man, I made such a terrible jump there. It was good to know we'd done everything right. Boom. Let me get out. There we go. Lovely. Sweet. So now we need to head backwards. We do die, unfortunately, but now we can actually head backwards through here and drop down this gap. I like how the obviously you actually have the fact that, you know, the game sort of leads you down that way with the it leads you down there with just the camera angle, so you can't actually see where you need to go. So here, this is where you use this is the only place where you use this move in the entire game, and it's needed because obviously you're going in the opposite direction to, or these guys are moving too fast for you, essentially. So just, you know, be careful. Just be careful. There we go. We can now pick up all the Wumpa fruit, and that allows us to get warped to the next area. As we get another trophy, our final trophy for all the secret exits called Hangin there, maybe. And this will give us access to Totally Fly, which is the second, it's technically the second of the two nighttime crash levels, as opposed to a nighttime polar level. So obviously Totally Bear was nighttime, but you were using polar. In Totally Fly, it's nighttime, but instead we're playing as Crash. As you can see, we have fireflies in this level, and the fireflies essentially guide us through the level, but you've got to keep up with them, and they only last a certain amount of time, and there's a mean bit towards the end of the level where essentially there's a mean bit towards the end of the level where you essentially have to leave the fly behind. You have to go on without the fly in order to actually break some boxes, otherwise can't really hang around. I don't know why I am. There we go. Lovely. I wonder if, can we still slide under those guys? You used to be able to slide under... Come on, I made that jump. Used to be able to slide under them. I'm not sure you can. It doesn't look like there's enough room there. So that might just be, you know, the appearance as it is, and that I may well be wrong. Okay. So we've picked up another firefly. Oh no, there we go. So there's the checkpoint. We can now drop down to the bonus area. I think this firefly moves at his own speed. He don't wait for no crash, so... Okay, and there were 2 nitros, so that is correct. Lovely. I'm loath to leave behind one fruit, but there we go. Okay, so we've got another one of the frilled lizards. I think it's just a really cool idea to have those enemies there, the ones that can sort of, you know, obviously, you know, you need to approach them with the slide, otherwise, you know, it fails. So here's the section that you actually need to essentially skip the fly for. Bunch of these fully metallic boxes that we can't break. Sorry, that you can only break with the body slam. Obviously the body slam is slow, so if you actually get the fly beforehand, you're then going to be left behind as you try and body slam all the crates. For this then relatively, you know, unclear jump section. So imagine trying to do all of that in absolute pitch blackness. Well, you just wouldn't. Still, we get some nice, a nice set of 4 lives there. We get 44 out of 44. That is Totally Fly done. Lovely. And that leaves us with 2 levels left of this warp room. And I think actually, rather than trying to stack everything full and actually potentially overrun, I'm actually going to call this episode to an end, because the last 2 episodes have also been very, very long. I feel like this one's going to be even longer if we keep going. So I think I'm going to call this episode to an end. And the reason for that is because Cold Hard Crash, level 18, is both probably the longest level in the game, and also has the most twisted and evil requirement to actually get everything in it. And we would have to do the level twice anyway. So I think, rather than tackle both of them now, I think what we'll do is I will say we'll do Cold Hard Crash and Behaving in the next episode along with the boss, and have sort of 2 smaller episodes for this warp room as opposed to the one big one. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode of my walkthrough to Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, and I hope you will join me on the next.